So even though the Lions are on a bye this week for the first round of playoffs, with Detroit being the 1 seed in the playoffs, there's still other Detroit sports that happen this week. And of course, it's not just the Lions that are winning in the 3-1-3. The Wings and the Pistons are officially joining in too. And for Detroit's coming back up in the Detroit sports, all I say is, don't call it a comeback. We just need a couple years to retool up. But we back now, bitch. But anyway, let's take a look at how Detroit sports fared this week.
Detroit basketball!
Starting off with the Pistons, they had 4 games this week and they won 3 of those 4 games. As the week started with them continuing their winning streak from last week, as they had a big clutch last-second win against Portland to open the week. And then they went off and beat Brooklyn in dominant fashion. And after the Brooklyn win, they extended their winning streak to 5 straight games. And with the win over Brooklyn, the Pistons have reached new ground. As the Pistons have done something with that win that they haven't done since Blake Griffin was here back in 2019. They have officially got a winning record and have crossed the 500 mark at the near midway point of the season. Something that hasn't happened since 2019. And let me just mention this real quick. The last time the Pistons were above 500 by the midway point of the year, the Pistons went on to make the playoffs that year back in 2019. Although they proceeded to do nothing in the playoffs, this Pistons team feels a lot different than 2019 because we actually have stuff in Detroit. However, the Pistons' winning streak was snapped after that with a loss to Golden State as they dug themselves in a double-digit hole pretty early. And despite their best efforts to claw back out of it, they could not dig out of the hole as the hole early was too much to overcome as they fell short in the comeback against Golden State, ending the winning streak at 5. But the Pistons, they bounced right back and ended up with a dominant win over Toronto at home, beating the Raptors and taking advantage of a bad Raptors team and made them look bad. Yeah, remember when the Raptors were actually pretty good and a very fun story? Those were some good times. The Raptors have really gone downhill ever since Kawhi left. Damn. Starting to slowly look like that maybe the Raptors championship was a fluke and they only got it because of Kawhi. But hey, Toronto, even despite those efforts, even despite your issues right now, at least you have the Maple Leafs until they choke in April again. But yeah, the Pistons, they were able to get right back above 500. They're at 20-19 right now. As next week they will be officially entering the midway point of the season, as Cade Cunningham continues his push to try and make it to the All-Star team, to the All-Star game, which to be honest, the All-Star game's a fucking popularity contest. Like, all All-Star games fucking suck now. They're all fucking popularity contests. It's more like Buddy, and Steve instead of actual talent. But Cade's still an all-star in our hearts, as Cade is still 3rd in the league with triple-doubles, behind Jokic and LeBron. So Cade Cunningham continued to carry this team carrying this team to relevance, and we still got about a couple weeks left until Jaden Ivey is possibly back from his leg injury. But so far, the Pistons keep rolling on. And where the Pistons are right now, they could possibly make it into the top 6. They're only like a game or 2 out of the top 6 in the Eastern Conference. And with how weak the East is this year, the Pistons, they may not even need the play-in tournament to make the playoffs. They could possibly get in by being top 6. And they may not have to worry about that dumb play-in tournament. But we'll have to find out how the second half goes. As now we're officially going to be entering the second half of the NBA season. As we begin to start seeing who will be in the playoffs this year, and who will be out and competing in the draft lottery. As the Pistons continue to roll towards the playoffs. Now on to the Red Wings, and man, I knew Derek Lalonde was really holding the Wings back, but goddamn, I didn't think he was holding the team this far back, as the Wings have continued this week to play fucking hockey. Yeah, who would have thought? All it took for the Wings to turn things around, was just for Tom McClellan to come in and tell the boys to play fucking hockey. That and having practices longer than an hour. That also helps too. As the Wings week started with a big overtime win against Ottawa, coming from behind to beat the Senators and finally overcoming that demon in Ottawa. So yeah, the Wings finally did it. They finally beat the Senators. Hell yeah. That's a good sight to see. Maybe Ottawa should have learned to play fucking hockey. And shunned up that cocky son of a bitch, Brady Tkachuk. Honestly, fuck Ottawa and fuck their cocky, stupid, dipshit fan base as well. And then the Wings followed that up with a big win, with a dominant win over Chicago, as they pulled away from Chicago late to win against the Blackhawks to sweep the season series over Chatoilet, which that honestly isn't much of a compliment considering Chatoilet's like one of the worst teams in the league. Also, damn, who knew that you need more than just Connor Bedard to be fucking good in this league? Damn. So yeah, the Wings get the job done and sweep Chatoilet once again. Detroit once again reigns supreme over Chicago. Things you love to see. Now, if only the Pistons can do that with the Bulls from now on. Don't worry, Pistons. You'll have your chance to reign supreme over Chicago. You'll have your chance, Pistons. You'll have your chance. And the Wings followed that up Sunday with a dominant win over Seattle in a game that was effectively over within 8 minutes in the first period. As yeah, it turns out Detroit was still pissed off about that whole ref puck incident last year when Detroit got robbed by ref puck when a Seattle player stopped the shot by throwing a stick at the puck. As yeah, Detroit was really pissed off as Detroit started that game by scoring 4 goals within the first 8 minutes of the game. Okay, technically it was 7 minutes and like 50-something seconds, but close enough to 8 minutes. You could effectively say it was 8 minutes. But yeah, effectively after that, Detroit effectively never looked back once they went 4-0. As Detroit, I believe it went all the way up to 6-0. Like, the Wings just flat out dominated the Kraken. As yeah, Detroit, they released the Octopus. Fuck that release the Kraken shit. It's time to release the damn Octopus, baby. The Octopus is back in business, and Seattle's ass got belt to ass. As it turns out, the Lions aren't the only Detroit team that could dish out belt to ass. The Wings can do it too. And even though Seattle got 2 goals in garbage time, did those 2 goals help Seattle come back and win? Absolutely not. So yeah, what an interesting change of fortunes. Once the Lions overcame the Seattle Seahawks demons earlier this year, turns out the Wings can also overcome their demons in Seattle as well. Damn, Detroit really is on the up. Like I said, don't call it a comeback. As with that, the Wings have now won 7 in a row. They've won, and in fact, the Wings have gone 7-0 ever since Tom McClellan told them to play fucking hockey. So yeah, all it took for the Wings to be legit again was just to play fucking hockey. Damn, I wish life was that fucking simple. But yeah, and with the Wings now are above 500 with a winning record. So yeah, now we have 3 active Detroit teams right now above 500. Sorry, Red Wings, the Lions are still better than you. You got a ways to go before you can even challenge the Lions for #1 sports team in Detroit. And even despite the Wings winning 7 in a row, Wings fans will still complain about the Jared Goff chants at Little Caesars Arena because reasons. All I say is, all the Karens in the Red Wings fan base, get used to that chant. Especially since this team plays next Saturday night. So get used to hearing that chant probably till the end of February. Depending on how far the Lions go. Which Detroit has opened its all the way to finish the damn story. Because Detroit wants more than a division title. But yeah, Wings, they're actually only 2 points now out of a playoff spot. And they're actually, I believe, 2 or 3 points out of the top 3 in the Atlantic Division. Because they're not that far behind Boston and Tampa Bay in the Atlantic Division. But yeah, this wild card race is going to be an absolute dogfight this year. As yeah, Detroit is right now in the thick of that wild card race now after being at rock bottom with Lalone. Tom McClellan has quickly turned this thing around. But yeah, who knew that Derek Lalone was really holding this team back? God damn. But yeah, Detroit now in the wild card race is now officially, we are into the second half of the NHL season. We're officially midway through. And now in the second half, we'll begin to see who will be the contenders for the Cup, who are the pretenders, and who will be in the playoffs and who will be out. But yeah, the Wings and the Pistons, they did a very great job to help out with the Lions fans on the bye week. Because I'll be honest, it's fucking weird not watching the Lions play in the first round of the playoffs. Been used to it so many times, not used to the Lions being the goddamn 1 seed. and having a first-round bye. It's something new. But maybe in due time and in between time, Detroit fans could get used to it. I mean, Detroit has had pretty good success being the regular season champions in the past, considering the Red Wings' last 2 Stanley Cup wins have come in years where they won the regular season championship. Mainly because the Wings actually had a shitty month in both those Cup years, en route to winning that regular season title and then winning the Cup. So they at least had to battle some shred of adversity. But yeah, all I say to the Pistons and the Red Wings is thank you this week for filling the void this week from no Lions football this week. But now, next Saturday night, one pride, party time's over. We had a whole week to celebrate the division win and the 1 seed, but party's over now. It's now back to work. It's DC week on to Washington at home next Saturday night. Been a great time for it. So let's go get this win. As always, go Pistons, go Red Wings, and as always, go Lions!